Shari.
Another ham shahri. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going to get started. So first of all, thank you everyone for coming. This is very exciting. I love these events. This is our kickoff event for the boot camp. But if some of you aren't part of the boot camp yet, you still have time to apply. We started it yesterday. This is the second boot camp that we're doing this year. And I'll talk about what the boot camp is and you know, the difference between what we were doing before. So Chai Conversation has been going for 11 years now, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But this year, the thing that we've been doing a lot is adding this community component. And so we've really been trying to connect our students with one another, because that's something that, you know, language learning is all about communication. And so that's been really important to us, is to connect everyone. Hopefully you've had a chance to go into that circle group and introduce yourself, tell everyone why you're learning the Persian language, and get to know your fellow students. So another thing is that we're being joined by Khalif Arnaz to help us with that community component. So she's kind of in charge of that.
Very excited.
Yes, she's been teaching for a really long time. She teaches very wonderfully. I come from a family of teachers. My mom is a teacher. She had the first Persian language class in Dallas. And so I learned everything from her. And she works closely with my aunt as well. And my aunt Khalif Arnaz works at a Persian language school in Dallas and teaches in person, but also in Zoom. So I'll ask her to introduce herself, because she will be doing most of our live classes in Chai Conversation. So Khalif Arnaz, take it away. Where do you live, and what's your experience with teaching Persian?
Hi, everybody. My name is Layla has been saying Farnaz. And thankfully, we've been actually involved with the teaching of Farsi language for decades, like more than 20 years, maybe more. I can tell, definitely say more than 20 years. Besides that, I've been instructor, you know, because of my career, I've been teaching in college, you know, in my field of study, and which was computer science. But I was very interested in language and communications. Definitely love all languages, but I see the need for expanding the knowledge of the Farsi language for all people that are really interested to learn it for different purposes, either for family purposes, for jobs, or studies. And some people need to, you know, use it as a requirement for their studies. So I've been teaching that myself in person, privately, and also in groups. And I just try to make it more fun for kids. Definitely, I'm focusing on kids. Hopefully, we'll just expand that into Chai Conversation also, to teach kids the Farsi language in different, you know, via the songs and the idioms that we had in Farsi, the games that we have in Farsi, just like the kids that go to kindergarten right now and learn English language with the games that they play and the songs that they sing. This the same way we try to teach the Farsi language to kids the same way. So this is my background, and I'm very excited to gradually work with Layla and hopefully help her in the field of, you know, this webinars, and yeah, just be a companion with her.
Thank you. And so as you're listening to the different learning materials in the bootcamp, you will hear Khalif Arnaz next week reciting the Rumi poem, because she has a beautiful reciting voice and beautiful singing voice. And so as she said, she's been teaching children, but one thing we've taken from that is instead of having songs, we're going to add all that stuff later to Chai Conversation, but we learned through poetry, which you'll see. But thank you so much, Khalif Arnaz. I'm gonna you can either go to the panelist, or I'll just mute you now and go into our presentation. Go ahead. Okay, so let's see. And I'll keep the chat open. So hopefully if anyone has any problems hearing me or anything, I will be able to see what you're saying. So this is our new logo that you've all seen. This year we had a lot of big changes with Chai in Conversation. One is this logo from Mina Jaffari. So hopefully you have all been enjoying that. And just a quick note, so this actually says Chai. So you can see here, can you all see my mouse? Let me know in the chat. So this is a che and an a, and then here's the yeah right here. Okay, good. And then the 3 little che dots are the sugar cubes. So it's a lot of fun. We're very excited about this logo. And so Chai in Conversation started 11 years ago. This was the original logo, the original look of it. And basically it started in 2009 when Iran was in the news all the time in a very negative way. And I was working in architecture at the time. I studied architecture. I had a full-time job, but I thought, should I switch to journalism and, counter all this misinformation that's coming out about Iran? What can I do? I'm not a musician. I'm not really an artist. Like, what is my role in, this Iranian culture? And I thought, well, I know how to teach languages. I know how to put together information. I know how to create like curriculums, just from a design point of view. And so I started this project just as a little side project. I started a podcast. And in the very beginning, I had this podcast and I would make PDF guides that you all see, a different version of them, obviously, but PDF guides. And people would send me $1 through PayPal for each PDF guide, and I would email them the PDF guide for each lesson. So I would, the shared screen is stuck in my, yeah, we're just on one page right now, but we'll scroll through. So that's how we started off, but eventually we started, building out our lesson materials. We now have a full conversation course where we teach conversationally how to speak Persian language. And that was a big problem then, and it's still a big problem now, is most resources teach formal Persian, which we'll talk about. So this year we finally upgraded our website, and we have 3 different tracks to learn the Persian language. Speak, again, we teach conversationally, reading and writing, which are video lessons, and Persian poetry, which is my absolute favorite way to learn. That's something unique that I think that we do. And, in Iran, as we say all the time in our lessons, you speak poetry as soon as you learn how to speak prose. And so they're very strongly connected. And so we thought it's just appropriate to also teach in that way in our program. So we teach words and phrases of the Persian language through poetry. And one thing about the Persian language is it hasn't changed that much from hundreds of years ago. So you can read Rumi, you can read Sadi, you can read Hafez, and you can completely understand it still. So it's a lot of fun. So let's talk about the challenges of learning the Persian language. So all of you here are trying to learn, and you can say in the chat too what your particular challenges are if I don't cover them here. But basically, there aren't many resources out there to learn. And I put this is my economic theory of why there aren't a lot of resources. So since the revolution happened, Iran has been under sanctions. There hasn't been a lot of commerce or business with Iran from a lot of Western countries. And so I think that there's not like a business incentive to learn. And so I think that like someone asked me, they were like, well, how would this help me in business? And I was like, well, it really doesn't. So I think that the majority of the people that learn the Persian language do so because they are, related to an Iranian, they come from an Iranian background, they love the culture, but it all basically boils down to love. And there's not a lot of money in that. And so I think that, a lot of these resources out there that want to teach people for business purposes, they don't focus on the Persian language. There's no incentive there. So unfortunately, Duolingo doesn't have a program. Rosetta Stone has just formal program. there just aren't good resources out there. So that's one big challenge. The other challenge is the different script, and that turns people off from the very beginning, not being able to read and write in the language. So that's why from the beginning, we focused on having English phonetic spelling out there. I now think that reading and writing is very valuable as well. It took 8 years for me to add a reading and writing program, but now I think that it's really not that hard. And I hope that people jump into it from the beginning, just because it somehow unlocks a piece of your brain that makes it easier to understand the whole language and to learn. So that's why in this boot camp, we throw you in there from the very beginning. Don't be intimidated by it. You just learn it, it's done. And our teaching method is really effective. The other challenge is that, like I said, spoken Persian and written Persian are extremely different. So think of the example of in English, like saying, I do not. So you can say, I do not like green eggs and ham. But no one really talks like that. They say, I don't like green eggs and ham. So there's a difference between do not and don't, the way we speak. In Persian, it's a lot more extreme, where written Persian is just so different from spoken Persian. And we see that example over and over again, where if you speak the way things are written, you sound ridiculous. And so most of the resources teach only written Persian. And that's why, like I said, Rosetta Stone or resources like that, if you learn through those, you sound ridiculous when you're talking. So that's a big challenge. And so when I started trying conversation, I kind of had an uphill battle of saying, well, I want to teach just conversational. And everyone was like, well, that's wrong. You're teaching wrong Persian. But it was a conscious decision that I made from the beginning to just have conversational Persian. And in later lessons, you learn also how it is written so that you'll know, because it helps you to put together sentences and think about the Persian language. But I like to focus on conversational. The other challenge I would say is just the misunderstood culture, the negative stereotypes and headlines of the culture that, puts a stop to a lot of people being interested. But I feel like once people eat the food, hear the music, watch the movies, they can get past that. And so that's what we're trying to contend with, is that negativity. So again, if you have any other thoughts on this, leave it in the chat. There's also a lot of different dialects there are, and that's something that I would love to explore more in the program. But right now we just focus on the Tehrani accent, which is the default. And there's a lot of people, there's not resources for daddy either, and there's only so much we can do. Hopefully people will take that on. And then our Iranian news reporters speaking the more formal language, they definitely are, yes. So when you hear that, it's a totally different way of speaking. So that is a good point too. So this is an example of formal versus spoken Persian that I wanted to point out there. So for example, in written Persian, you are is hastid, but then when you're speaking, everyone says hastin. So things, and then to say they are, you would say hastand in written, but no one says that. They just say hastan. So things like that, where like back. So things like that, where it's almost an arbitrary change, and you just have to know that. So we try to teach this colloquial, just how do we speak. So again, the chai and conversation method and why it's different. So we teach only conversational Persian, like I said. We include that English phonetic script, and we focus on building confidence, getting the ball rolling, and not perfection in speaking the language. So I studied abroad in Italy for a while, and my friend who was there, who was able to speak fluently by the end, I really observed her, and all it was she knew that the only point of learning a language is communication. So she would just go out there and she would meet people in the coffee shops. She would, see people on the bus, and she would just start talking. And she didn't care if her grammar was incorrect or she didn't know the exact words. She would use hand gestures. She would sometimes use the wrong word, but it didn't matter. It was all about communication. And so I really learned that from her. And so from the beginning, when you start learning in China conversation, I try to give you enough vocabulary to get you going, but I really stress just talking and like practicing and using all the resources that you have, using family members and trying to, watch YouTube videos and just start talking. And it's very, very important to do that and to have the confidence to just get going. The other thing is everything is easy if you do it a little bit at a time. I put a story up on Instagram. I don't know if y'all saw that, about Yo-Yo Ma saying that, about how he learned the cello at the age of 4. He learned a beautiful Bach suite that if you've heard Yo-Yo Ma, you've heard him play this. But he said every day he would just play one bar of it. And that way, some days it was harder than others because, some days it would be something completely different. And then some days it would just be a little bit different than the day before, and he'd just get it. And so I think that language is the same thing. Just learn a little bit at a time. So our lessons are between 15 to 20 minutes each. And we have, little exercises, little things to get you going. But if you can just set a schedule and just every day, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, that's how you do it. That's how you learn. And we also really stress pairing language with culture because, they say every language that you're a different person when you speak it. And I really do think that that's true. Your body language changes when you speak a different language. The jokes that you tell are different. The way you talk is different. And it's because it's coming from a different cultural set. And, it opens up a whole new world for you. And that's very important for us in China conversation, is to learn that culture. And we do that through, learning that poetry. But each lesson that we have really talks about the culture, about, Tarof, which is our code of etiquette, and a lot of different things that are unique to the Persian culture. And in 2022, our goal has been to focus on building community. Because again, language is all about community and getting together, and that's an important thing that we've been doing, and we've been doing that through our circle group that you get to join when you join the bootcamp. So, and also through our live classes that we're doing, where you get together with your fellow students and you have little conversations. And so, like we said, we've been going since 2010, and it's just wonderful. We've received so many emails from people, so much feedback about how much they've used the program to learn, and we really appreciate that. And if any of you have any individual stories, we'd love to hear it. We love getting these kind of emails. And so this is kind of our method that we talk about. We say, sign up for a trial of the program, see what we've created over these 11 years, get cultured, again, learn about the culture of Iran, and then join the conversation, again, having that community. And we've also added all this social media stuff. I was a social media hater for so many years and really resisted getting China conversation on there. But I've learned since that it's a really effective method of doing those like bite-sized lessons every day. And so that's what we've been trying to do. We've had little lessons, and, whenever something comes to mind, some sort of quick language lesson that we can give to, keep it in your minds and keep the Persian language top of mind for you. That's what we use the Instagram for. So hopefully everyone's on our Instagram account. And so this summer we did the summer intensive. Over 4,000 people signed up, and we had about over 1,000 active people in the circle group learning with us. So that was a lot of fun. And now we're doing the back to school boot camp, which hopefully you've all joined. And it's very similar to the summer. But if you did the summer and you want to do the fall too, that's totally fine. We have a new poem. And like we said, this is a choose your own adventure. There's 3 tracks of the boot camp. There's the conversation, there is the reading and writing, and there's also the poetry. If you've already done any of them or you feel confident in any of them, you can just ignore it and do it again. And if you want to go further, we also have a not so beginner track in our lessons where you can do some more advanced lessons and practice with people. So again, the boot camp is on your own time. The lessons are pre-recorded, but each week with Khalif Anas, who is on this call, he's here there, we have opportunities to practice live. So she'll be heading those conversations, and we'll put you in groups of 3 or 4 to practice with your fellow students, which we've seen is very effective. We kind of workshopped that in the summer. We started off in groups of 6, which was too big. And we've seen that in groups of 3 and 4, people really have a good way of like talking to each other. And then she is there to moderate and see if anyone has any questions or anyone needs any help. So that's been a lot of fun. And each week we have a prompt that everyone can practice with and have conversations. So you immediately get thrown into having conversations with the bootcamp, which is great. And here's an example of the itinerary. As you can see from the first week, we have our speaking lesson, our reading and writing lesson, poetry. And then if you are not so beginner, or if you want to, even if you are a beginner, you can do the not so beginner. Just throw yourself in there if you want it to be really hardcore. And you can spend as little as 15 minutes a day, like I said, on this, and still get a lot out of it. So, or you can spend more time if you want, and really keep going. However you want to do it. You have access to all of our lessons when you sign up, which I also want to talk about. So in the past, so we've been doing these intensives for 4 years now. And in the past, I would make PDF packages for everyone and email it to them and do all this work. And first, it was a lot of work on my end, but also it wouldn't give you access to our website that we've been working so hard on. And so now we've switched to a method of giving you 2 months free, so that the bootcamp is indeed free. But this way you get access to the entire website, and that way you can see what other resources we have and use all of the learning materials we've created, which I'll show you in a minute. And again, you do have to sign up, but you can cancel anytime just with a click of a button. If you forget, you can email us, no problem. I do want it to be as easy as possible, but I do want everyone to put a little skin in the game and sign up for the website and try out what we have. And if you haven't signed up yet, so first I'll leave the link to sign up for the bootcamp. There's a link that you can go to very easily, or you can go on our Instagram right now and click the link in the bio to sign up for the bootcamp. And you use this coupon code late fall 2022, which will only work until tonight, to get that 2 months free for new members to sign up and join us for the fall bootcamp. So you can do this right now if you want. And here, I'll put in the chat, I'll put our website. You can go to that, and you can go to the sign up for a free trial and use that coupon. Our messaging is a little confusing. It still says start your free 30-day membership when you sign up, but it works, I promise. And then right now, if you join, you also get a PDF download of our vocabulary cards, which you can also use throughout the fall to practice some vocabulary words. So we sell these on Etsy, but you will also get this as a bonus for joining the bootcamp. So these are a lot of fun as well. So I want to show you the website really quick, and also our circle group. These are so here's your member dashboard, which shows where you're at. And these are the bonus materials that we have. So each lesson is about 15 minutes each. You can listen to it here. And then you get a whole lesson guide per lesson. You get an enhanced podcast where you can watch the lesson when he'd wake up with each of the words written on your screen. And we also have this vocabulary list where you can listen to each of the words one by one as you're learning, and you can make flashcards with these words, and it's very effective. And then each lesson also has a transcript, and you can look at that as well. So we have these for all the lessons. The reading and writing lessons is a bit different. It's a video that you can watch in Persian, and download the lesson guide as well for each of these lessons. So this is all part of the intensive. This is the circle group that we use to organize the intensive. As you can see, it's been super active already. Everybody is introducing themselves. We have all of our lesson itinerary here that you can take a look at. And then here is the schedule of lives and recording. So you are all here at the Fall Bootcamp Live, but we also have these live discussions, which a lot of people have signed up for. So this is where we're going to be breaking people in groups of 3 and 4 and getting you to practice with one another. So I'm excited to see these fill up. And again, Khalif Arnaz is going to be moderating these lives, and they're a lot of fun. And we also, the last thing is we have a discussion group here where you can, talk about the lessons that we're learning. So again, it's been super active so far, and that's been a lot of fun to see. So again, I'm going to put the, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And last time Chad was here and he could do this really quickly, but let me put the link up for everyone to sign up. And again, the coupon right now, the coupon that we sent originally to do the boot camp is expired. So this is the one that works now. Late fall 2022. That's the coupon that you can use until tonight to sign up for the boot camp. And the last thing is, let me get that. I should have had this ready too. But if you haven't signed up for the boot camp, again, it is free to sign up. And then you can use this to, let me see, to get your membership. Okay, if you are already a member, you can only have one free trial to the website. And hopefully after that, you'll see how much work we've done on it and how useful it is. And you will be confident in remaining a member. But yeah, unfortunately, the website only allows one free trial. So for you, you can still be part of the boot camp, but you will have to maintain your membership status for the website. So let me get this boot camp thing. Sorry about that. There you go. That is the boot camp link. So now I'll open it up. If anybody has any questions, you can put it in that question and answer. Is it necessary to be a member in order to access? It is necessary to be a member. You need to be a member to be part of the circle group, which is where our lives happen. You can always listen to all of our lessons for completely free on the podcast apps. And we also have all of our reading and writing free on YouTube. So we have plenty of free resources available. And again, if you're a new member, it is free to join for the bootcamp for 2 months on our website. So I'm orally fluent, but loving these classes for reading and writing. Do you recommend I join a small working group you mentioned? Sure, yeah. Right now, I would say that you could get a lot of use out of the poetry and also the reading and writing. Yeah, there's a lot. It's really, like I said, a choose your own adventure. There's something for everyone. If you're fluent, you can still join these live discussions and help out other people. And really teaching is a really wonderful way to learn a language yourself. So you can get in there, and we had a few people in the summer intensive that were fluent, and they would come every time and just help out their fellow students. And that was a good way for them to practice speaking. And if we have enough people that are advanced, then we can have specific groups of live discussions for those people as well. So if you signed up and you forgot to enter the code, just send us an email. This is our email address, and we will take care of you. That's that. And again, I'm going to put one more time both the code and the sign up. And this is the last day. The coupon will not work after today. It has an expiration date, unfortunately. So please sign up as soon as you can, to not forget. If we get emails that say we forgot to sign up, it's so hard to go through that manually and add everybody, unfortunately. I scrolled through the website after signing up yesterday. I'm already in love. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Like an oasis in the desert of available Persian learning materials. Thank you, Tiara. That's very, very nice. We did work very hard. And like I said, I come from an architecture background, so aesthetics are very, very important to me. So we made sure that it's very beautiful. The graphics, Mino Jafari did our graphics and just did a wonderful job doing all those illustrations on the website, and we're adding to it. Oh, one other thing that I want to mention, we are taking the poetry program, making it its own program. So right now it's lumped in with the the speaking program. It's speak and poetry. But as we keep building out poetry, we have a lot of new lessons coming. And so we are going to have poetry be its own separate program. So it'll be a speak track, poetry, and reading and writing. But for now, those two are together. And of course, with all access, you get access to all of those. So that's really the best way to learn, is to do all of them. You get access to these private live lessons. So it's like having a private teacher. The coupon did change because the coupon expired last night, the fall 2022. And then, yes, it says that it offers a 30-day trial. We need to change the messaging. As long as you use the coupon, you will get 2 months free. And it'll say that your next charge will be next month and that the charge will be no charge. So like I said, we need to work on messaging. Chad, who's my business partner, is the one who takes care of all those. And unfortunately, he's a little bit out of commission this past couple of weeks. So he hasn't been able to change the messaging on there. We're a very small team, so we're working on it. Thank you, Amanda, for the kind words. And yeah, it's a challenge to find resources, and we're trying to find a way to get the word out more. Instagram has helped a lot. TikTok has helped a lot. But we're still trying to figure out how to, we've been around for 11 years, and a lot of people say, like, we just found you. So trying to figure out how to get the word out more. So if y'all can help us out, if you know anyone who wants to learn the Persian language, let them know. Is the schedule for live classes already available for the next weeks? Okay, so we, based on how much interest we have, it's a work in progress. Right now, this is the schedule. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and you can see the different times in circle. And we are committed to this for the next 3 weeks. Is that right, Thanasis? Yeah, 3 weeks about. That's what schedule we're committed to. But if there are time zones that just don't work for that, we need to add sessions, we can do that as well. But for now, the next 3 weeks, that's going to be the schedule. I'm going to release that in the next couple of days so you can sign up. And then each week you'll get your prompt. Actually, let me share that really quick too. I had that up. So each week we're going to have a prompt. So this is week 1 exercises that you do on your own. And then these are the discussions that we have during the lives. So like you see, we'll have a little practice talking with our fellow students. And in this first week, you don't know a lot of vocabulary, so you're going to just use what you have. So they're going to be, pretty short discussions. But then by the end of it, you'll be able to say, even tell like I said here, tell the group your name, where you live, and why you're learning the Persian language, you will be able to do that in Persian, which is super exciting. And so, yeah, this is our discussion. And then we talk a little bit about the poem as well, which will be fun. Okay, I'm going to go to the Q&A and see if there's any other questions. Let's see. Okay. Schedule for live classes, I answered. What's the difference between the summer intensive and fall boot camp? For now, the difference is the poem. That's it. And also some of the not so beginner classes. So if you did the summer intensive, it's going to be very similar. But basically what we're trying to accomplish with these boot camps is establishing a routine for the live classes in Circle. Eventually that will be open to all of our Chai and Conversation members. There will be a schedule of lives that you can practice with people. And as you go through the course, the speaking course and everything, you'll have a group to discuss with, you'll have a group to ask questions from. And okay, does Theranos teach in groups for adults in Dallas? I would love to join an in-person class. Do you want to answer? Oh, you have to unmute.
Well, currently I don't have that time available, but if needed, we can just talk about that, just make, set some sessions if needed to do the in-face, for in-person teaching. But currently there is nothing available right now. Thank you.
So yeah, so we're trying to provide that, so we love feedback from you all, that if we can provide a space, because it's very hard to find in-person classes, and it's also very expensive. So we're trying to create that with Chai and Conversation. So if you have any suggestions on how to get that feeling, hopefully we're doing that with these live classes. But we're continuing to improve. So we'd like to hear from all of you. Okay, is the information for the live lessons on the website? It is not, it is in the Circle group right now only. That's where you RSVP for it. So, oh yeah, we have this question a lot. Where can we find a timetable? It's in that Circle group. Let me share my screen again and just show you. It is here in schedules and recordings in the Circle group, and you get access to the Circle group once you're a member of Chai and Conversation. You sign into Circle using your Chai and Conversation login, and that's where you can RSVP. We have the links to them here, so there's a location that you can join. And like we said, we're going to be we're going to be releasing the schedule for the next 3 weeks for now, and then we will have the rest of them later. Let's see, any other questions? We're pretty much done, and you would only need to attend one of those classes. You could attend more, actually. We talked about that. If you feel like you got a lot out of it and you want to keep practicing. Again, this first week is going to be more getting to know each other, having a very simple conversation in Persian because we're all getting started. But as you learn more Persian, if you want to keep practicing with different groups of people, then definitely sign up for more. Just see how it feels. What happens in the 2 other live sessions in week 1? Are they going to be a repeat? Yes. So week 1, I would say just sign up for one. As we get further along, if you want to sign up for more, please feel free. The more people we have, the better. So what we do in those live groups is we'll break you out into groups of 3 and 4, which Zoom has the ability to do that. And so you're in these little groups, and then we switch you around every 10 minutes. You get into a new group and you get to practice with them. So yeah, the more you practice, the better. That's really the best way to learn. After the fall boot camp is up, will the lessons continue? Yes. So we have over 80 speaking lessons. We have over 30, 40 poetry lessons. We have 30 reading and writing lessons. So the boot camp introduces you to the lessons, but yeah, we encourage everybody to stay with us and keep learning. And most people do a lot. Most of the people from the summer, I'd say about 70% have continued with us. And and have continued kind of, building the community. And again, that's something that we're going to try to do, keep the community going. And Mikham in Farsi, yeah, mikham means I want. Are the writing lessons on your own? Everything is on your own. Everything, all the lessons are pre-recorded, so you can do all of them. The live events are just to practice what you've learned, but the lessons are all on your own time. How many students per group do you usually have? So in the summer, we had about over 1,000 students. And I'd say out of 1,000, I mean, there were a lot of active people. And, you know, I kept up with each week I asked you to post your assignments, and I kept up with all of them. I don't know if y'all know, but I have a due date next week of a baby. And so this time I will probably be a little bit less active, but Khalifarnos will be here to look over all the learning materials. And it's my third baby, so poor third kids don't get as much. You know, for the first kid, it was like months of preparing and everything. Now I'm initiating a fall boot camp. But for the past 4 years, this is the schedule that we've had. We've had a boot camp in the summer, one in the fall, and then one for New Year's. So we're just continuing that schedule. But Farnos will be taking over a lot of the one-on-one duties. But I'll be there kind of monitoring in the background during nap times and feedings and all that kind of stuff. So let's see, what other question? Thank you all for the congratulations. I have a video of how to congratulate people with in Persian, so watch that. Mubarak boshe, and you can also say qadamish mubarak for a baby, meaning the baby, hopefully the baby's step will be celebrated. Mikhaham punit is the same thing. So mikhaham, like we said, the difference between written Persian and spoken Persian is that in written Persian is mikhaham, but nobody would say mikhaham for I want. You would say mikham. So when you're speaking, so man asbabazi mikham, my kids say that all the time. I want a toy. Man asbabazi mikham. So written would be man asbabazi mikhaham. I want a toy. But no, kids would never say that. They would just say man asbabazi mikham. So hopefully that answered your question. Puneet, I'm very curious why this one word? Why did you want to know this one word? Did you see it in isolation somewhere? Okay, well, if no one else has any other questions, I'm going to put that link up, all these links up one more time. So this is the link for the boot camp. Today will be your last day to sign up. So that's the link for the boot camp. This is the link to sign up for the website. How can I say I will? I will what? And then the late fall 2022 is the coupon code that you use to get 2 months free if you're a new member. If you're an existing member, then you just continue your membership and you can join the bootcamp as well. We do have a word for toys, asbabazi. So actually that word means a tool for playing. Asbab is a tool, a thing to play with. There you go. Yeah, asbabazi. A lot of Persian words are like this, and a lot of our Instagram videos that you've seen are about this, is that they're two words taken together that mean something. And a lot of times you just say the word without thinking about it. So it's a lot of fun to all of a sudden realize, you know, like ashpaz is our word for cook, and it literally just means a soup maker. Soup maker is the word for cook. Yeah. So yeah, Panya, are you on our Instagram? Join that. We try to put all these things together visually. For example, we just made a video about the word ham, which means also or same. And the word, for example, hamsaye, so same shade, means a neighbor. So someone who shares a shade with you. What time are the classes on Thursday to Saturday? That is all on the circle group. You can take a look and it'll show you on your time zone, because yeah, as Charis says, yeah, it's too complicated for me to say what time zone it is for you. Is it possible to be a quiet spectator at the first weekly? Yes, definitely. If you don't want to talk, no problem. We'll have, so the way that the lives will be structured is in the first 10 minutes, we'll have a little welcome. We'll go over the lessons. We'll talk about them a little bit. I will be there the first, this first week, for sure. And Farnas will be there too. And so we'll talk a little bit about the lessons that we've learned. And then you have your breakout groups where you get to know your fellow students. And then at the end, we have an open Q&A about the week's lessons, about any questions that you have, especially after practicing with your fellow students. So I think that's it, everyone. I'm going to put one last time the link so that nobody misses it. This is our website to sign up. And remember that when you sign up now, you will get that copy of our vocabulary cards as well that you can print out and practice with. There's the sign up for the boot camp. Yes, it was recorded, Melissa. Let me start all over again. We'll do 1 more hour for Melissa. I'm just kidding. It is recorded. We'll put it in the circle group. And this Thursday lives are very late. Yeah, so Anusha, you can either sign up for the other ones. There's one on Saturday. You don't have to come to all of them. 1 a week is enough. There's the one on Saturdays should be a better time for you. But if none of these times work out, please in the circle group, let us know and either send me a message or in the discussion group, let us know, and we'll see if we can work out with Farna's another schedule to accommodate more people. Serena, does anyone know how to put my time zone? I bet you can do it just from your, if you set up your account, but I'm not sure. If you can't figure it out, Serena, send me a message on Circle and I'll look into it for you. Oh, Charis says in the settings, she has all the answers. He, Charis, am I saying your name right? All right. Well, I'm going to shut this down in a couple of minutes. If anyone else has any other questions, how do we access the circle group? All the information, once you sign up for the boot camp, you'll get an automatic email that'll send you all the information about the circle group. If you have any other questions, this is my email address. Send them to me. If you have questions about how to sign up, any questions about the boot camp. The biggest 2 questions I get is it on your own time? Yes, it's on your own time. You can access all of our lessons, and there are live lessons, but they're not required. You can come to them if you want. I'd highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, but not required. And the other question that we get is it free? And again, you have the chance to get one chance to get a free membership on our website. And so if you're new to the program, then yes, it is free for you for 2 months using this coupon code that only lasts until tonight. So 12 more hours to go on this coupon code. If you've been a member before, then you just need to be a regular member for a low price. And so can you recommend a good resource for translating English words Latinized to Farsi words? I don't, sorry. But we are working on a dictionary. Right now, it's not super efficient, but that is our next big project. And because we have all this information on our website, and we've put it all in a spreadsheet and everything, we have a ton of words that we're going to have a dictionary of, and you'll be able to hear the words said one by one. And it's going to be on the website, but our website, they're asking if it's a dictionary app or a website. Our website is completely mobile friendly, so it will be a mobile app, basically, but it's not something you can download from the App Store for now. If I ask Google to translate tomorrow to Farsi, it gives me Farda, which is totally useless. You're right. So that hopefully we will solve for that on our website. And actually, right now, it might work like that. I'm not sure. Go to the dictionary on our website and see. If you're a member, you can look up individual words. And if you type in tomorrow in English, it should give you a phonetic translation. So it is working. It's just not that great yet, but we're working on it. All right, well, we are shutting down. If anyone has any other questions, can you show again where we find the circles on the shared screen? So circle you have access to. So here's our shared screen. This is the circle. Let me show you how to sign in. It's community.tryandconversation.com. I am currently signed in to Try and Conversation, so it comes up on my page. But if you're not signed in, then it asks you to sign in using your, let me see how I can sign out so you can see. Actually don't know how I can sign out. So I can't, oh, here. You know, I'm not sure how to sign out, but basically you'll sign in with your Try and Conversation sign-in information. So first you have to sign up for on our website. Oh, sign out on the bottom left. Oh, here. Aha, yeah, thank you. So you go to log in and you continue with Try and Conversation like that. And then you use your login. So this is my login for the website. And then it'll take you right to our circle group, which has been awesome. It's been so much fun. Like I said, we have 1,200 members, 1,292. I'm in all these circle groups where, you know, they have communities much bigger than what I thought we had, but they only have, you know, 100 people in their circle group. So thank you everyone for joining that. And then let me stop sharing and look at any other questions. That's it. Looks like we've answered all questions. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Again, if you have any questions, this is my email address. You can go there and go into our website to sign up. That coupon code was late fall 2022. So thank you all and see you in the fall boot camp. Very excited to do that with you all. And thank you, Farnas, for joining us. Here, I'm going to unmute you so you can say your Khudafiz as well. Khudafiz.
خداحافظ به همگی.
Thank you. Bye.
خداحافظ لیلا.